Good morning, Star Seed, light workers seeking truth, hope, faith, seeking to be able to walk in love. This is your Oya Transformation, February 1st, 2020, Oracle reading for Saturday. For those who wonder, I have shuffled and shuffled and reshuffled before we start so we can get straight into things. I do not spend a minute on each deck shuffling. Okay? So here we go. First card from the top in the past position is Compassion. Beautiful. Okay. Let me put them all out here this time and see what's showing up, and then we'll dig deeper. 99 is the number. 9 and 9 are 18, plus 8 plus 1 is 9. It's a 9 all day. From the top, second card, present position, a High Priestess. Harness mystic power. I know what that's saying to me. Let's see where they go. I'm asking that the Ascended Masters, that Archangel Raphael, that Archangel Michael, the Holy Spirit through me, all our spiritual guides who watch over us and want us to win, would help us glean a message for Saturday, February 1st, from the top. Final card. Realization. So waning crescent moon. So 3 cards. So we got multiples of 3. Compassion. It makes me think that what they're asking us to do is to remember to love our neighbors as ourselves. And if you haven't been doing such a good job of loving yourself, then maybe they're calling you to do that too, before you fool with your neighbors. Take that back to the radical self-care. Before you fool with your neighbors, make sure you're okay. Remember the path you've been on. So maybe it'll be a lot easier to let someone off the hook. The High Priestess, harness mystical power. Watch your words. The greatest power we have is the power to create or destroy with your word. Harness the mystical power. Now, I would say that would be watch your tongue. Harness your tongue. Realization. It's a lot more. This card looks like she's got the moon and the stars on the one side, of the keyhole, and she's on the other side of the keyhole where the sun is coming up. So that sounds like things are moving forward in a positive way. So this tells me that if I remember the power I have to create and to destroy with my tongue, with my words, and I am mindful of that, I can have better compassion for myself and for those around me. The realization is that dreams do come true. She's awake and standing in the sun, but just over her shoulder is the moon and the stars, where often dreams are created. Okay, well, let's see what Michelle Buchanan has to say about number 99, compassion. You know, I started to do this reading, and I came and sat down over here, and there were no glasses. And I was like, okay, they are all reading glasses, and there's usually 3 or 4 of them over here, because different books have print that sometimes are different sizes, and there were none. And I said, I don't know what kind of reading they I was about to get, but there would be none. That's what you would have gotten. So anyway, we thank God for lenses. Okay, 99, compassion. This card indicates a need to be kind and compassionate toward others, especially those who extend beyond your family and circle of friends. Whether it's the ill-tempered clerk at the supermarket checkout or the homeless person on the street, you are being urged to look beyond your judgments to see what lies beneath. There's a lot of truth to the saying, don't judge a man until you've walked a mile in his or her shoes. Or a man, it would be his shoes. For how could you possibly know the story behind another's life? Affirm, I am compassionate toward others, and I attract the same in return. Okay, this is where we're starting with compassion. This is Sasha. She wants to say hello. She's always poking around under, say hey monkey, under the table. All right. Thank you for the blessing. And the High Priestess is our second card in the present position. All right. Align with the light and the focus on all things positive. Okay. You are a mystic with the capacity to connect with energies that go beyond the human senses. Within you is a force of magic that is directed by your will. There's an opportunity for you to rise up at this time, but it requires dedication and discipline. You're being guided to look at what you're working on or at the situation before you and determine where your priorities lie. If you are unable to figure that out, you must use your intuition and discernment to focus on what will bring you closer to your goal and the happiness of everyone involved. When this card arrives, it also is important for you to check in with your intuition, as it will give you guidance that will be important to your growth. Okay. Well, I got a different message, but I like y'all's too. Let's see what we're doing with these. We could put this together in any other way. Align with the light, which I can still get from align with the light. Your first power is still your words. And if your words aren't aligned with the light, what you produce and or create is destructive. And I'm going to always say compassion starts at home. What can you give the person out on the street? Well, you know, that is often true. You can give the person out on the street some compassion and can't figure out how to drum up jack for somebody in their own house. So I'm going to say compassion starts at home. We're going to start it there. And at home being where you live, in your immediate family. And then you can work your way out to these other folks. And if you're already there, then bring it back on home. So, harness the power to see the good. Harness the power to overlook shortcomings, frailties, because we all have them. And let's see if they ever come up with dreams do come true out of this realization, because that's what I'm feeling. All right. This is the wing and crescent. One. Waxing. Okay. Realization. With self-awareness comes realization. Knowledge is power. Self-examination of your role within a situation is important. I have timely self-awareness and I act upon my realizations. As we move into the early waxing cycle, light begins to shine upon the shadows, illuminating what is. This is the beginning of a powerful process, realization. When you decide to really examine your life without fear or favor, it can be hard. This is, no doubt, an act of courage. We might not like what we discover. After all, yet without self-awareness and the will to act upon those realizations, we do not get to change or grow. Okay. There's another story. Okay. That's one way of looking at it. I think they're telling me to tell you, if you have compassion and you aim your sight toward light, your vision will not be too skewed rather. Walk with compassion. Align your sight with the light. And see how close you get to the truth. Discernment is yours. Namaste. And thank you for listening. And have the best Saturday of your choosing.